Welcome to Roaming with the Ramsays. I'm Gordon.
And I'm Alice.
If you're new to our channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Also, click the bell so you'll get notified every time we upload new content. Today, we're going into the Glen Canyon, Arizona area, headed towards Lees Ferry.
So far, it has been pretty amazing. We are learning so much about the rock formations, and we're going to let you know all of that information also.
So Alice and I thought it'd be pretty neat to explain what this sign says, because this is referring to the grand staircase. So they want you to think of it as a layer cake. So they've put a picture here of a layer cake. So you've got a pink layer, a white layer, a gray layer, a vermilion layer, and then the chocolate layer. So over here they're telling you the pink layer is 50 to 60 million years ago that it was formed. The gray cliffs, which are the Wahheap Mountains or Wahheap Formation, and the straight cliffs are 130 million years ago when they were formed. And the white cliffs, or the Navajo sandstone, are from the Jurassic period, about 150 million years ago, and those are visible at the Zion National Park. The Vermilion cliffs are also from the Jurassic period and are from 165 to 200 million years ago, and that's what you're looking at right here. So these cliffs were formed 165 to 200 million years ago. Simply amazing to think about. And then what they're referring to as the chocolate cliffs were from the Triassic period and are 200 to 225 million years ago. And those can be viewed at the north rim of the Grand Canyon, where Alice and I were last week. Simply amazing that these cliffs and mountains were formed that long ago. Talk about a step back in time. Over 200 million years old. Just even thinking about that is hard to imagine.
Mind-blowing, if you ask me.
Like the rock right there perched upon that other piece of stone is over 200 million years old. So these rocks that are perched on these other stone formations fell from the cliffs above us, wound up here, and this stone kind of continues to grow underneath it. It's mind-boggling to think of, people. This is an area unlike any other area I've ever been, and getting to stop and read the signs and learn this information is just, it's awesome. What a great trip.
Let's go learn some more.
Let's do it. Tell us what you're doing, Alice.
Okay, guys, so get this, okay? This rock fell from up there somewhere and landed on the ground like 230,000 years ago.
Million.
Oh, sorry, 230 million years ago. So when it landed, the ground below it that it landed on is 246 million years old, and it just grows, and eventually when this rock gets too heavy it will fall again. But if it hasn't fallen 246 million years ago, I think it might be a few more years before it falls down. So I just had to come out here and touch this rock that is 246 million years old. I can't even imagine that. It is crazy. So this building was built in 1911, and in 1922, for a very short period of time, it was used as the post office. Although very little mail actually went through this post office at that time.
We're now standing in front of the Lees Ferry Fort, which was built in 1874 during the height of tensions. The fort never did come under attack, however, it's been used various different ways. At one point, it was a little bit of a trading post, and at another point, right around the 1920, 1930s era, it was used as quarters for some U.S. geological survey crews that would come here surveying the area and spend the night here in this old fort. Really pretty cool area, this Glen Canyon. The formations are neat. You have some really interesting historical buildings such as this one, and apparently Charles Spencer built 8 different stone type buildings. Charlie was a gold miner as he started out, and built this building that is over here that Alice was talking about earlier back in 1911, and he never had any luck finding gold, but he worked and operated the ferry for a number of years from what I understand. It's just a really cool place to come and take a step back in time, and I find myself sitting here thinking what it was like all those years ago to look out on this vast land.
Today's orchard grows from new seeds planted by the last private owners. Could you imagine living like this? No electricity, no running water. You had to grow what you ate. It's just amazing how spoiled we've gotten over just 100 years. It's pretty remarkable to see this type of stuff, and people actually lived this way. So this is the root cellar where they stored all of their fruits and vegetables that they raised during the year so they could winter here and not starve to death. We'll go check it out. Let's go see.
So our journey in Glen Canyon ends at Lees Ferry, right at the edge of the Colorado River. Today, it's very popular, as you may be able to see behind me, launching point for tourists doing recreational boating activities. I believe permits are required. No privately owned watercraft are allowed to be launched from what I saw on the sign, but it's a beautiful area. There's a lot of fishing. There is a 2 rainbow trout limit. There's a lot of historical stuff still here. We just went by what was once an old schoolhouse back here for the miners' families. And we are also standing fairly close to the water capture point for this area. Wells just don't work here, so the Park Services taps into the Colorado River. They have their own water purification system, and they feed water to all of the Lees Ferry area and to all of this area where water is needed. It's pretty amazing considering that even back in the day of Charles Spencer, he captured water from the Colorado River as well.